guys, my name is Jiaqi. Today I'm going to present about Introduction to Network. What is network? Network is communication between two or more devices. There are three categories of network components. First is intermediary device, a device that provides connectivity like internet to end device, for example, router and switch. In problem-based tasks, we use router and switch, which is router 1 and router 2. For switch, we use admin switch, IT switch, and marketing switch. Next is media. Media is communication across a network is carried through a media which allow a message to travel from source to destination. Media that's used in problem-based tasks is copper straight to and copper crossover. The last one is server. A server is a computer program or device that provides a service to another computer system and its user, also known as a client. Servers that's used in problem-based tasks is DHCP server. IP addressing. An IP is a unique address that identifies a device on the network or a local network. Each device on the network requires an IP so that can be recognized by other systems. IP configuration include IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. Addition, there are two types of IP address formats used today, which is IPv4 and IPv6. An IPv4 address consists of 4 sets of numbers from 0 to 255 and separated by 3 dots. The IPv6 address format is much different than the IPv4 format. It contains 8 sets of 4 hexadecimal digits and uses colons to separate each block information. Next is switch virtual interface. A SVI represents a logical layer 3 interface on a switch. Based in the problem-based task, we configure VLAN 1 SVI to remotely manage the switch. The VLAN 1 SVI must be configured with IP address, subnet mask, and enable, which is no shutdown command. And the last one is connectivity test. Use ping to test the connectivity to another device on the network. Next is TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. This model includes 4 layers, which is application, transport, interface, and network access. Based on the problem-based task, the layer we use is application layer and internet layer. Summary. A network is made up of physical and logical components. The physical components are the cables and network hardware devices, such as switch and router. The logical components of a network are the frames and the data carried by and across the network. Networks must be reliable. This means that the network must be fault tolerant, be scalable, provide quality of service, and ensure security the information and resources on the network. Next is physical and logical design. Based on problem-based tasks, there is also a lot of things that are related to Chapter 2, Physical and Logical Design. Physical topology. Physical topology refers to the physical connections and identifies how end device and infrastructure devices such as router, switch, and wireless access points are interconnected. Logical topology refers to the ways a network transfers frames from one node to the next. Physical WAN topology includes point-to-point, hub and spoke, and mesh. Physical LAN topology includes star, extended star, bus, and ring. As you can see, the topology that we use in problem-based tasks is star. Star topology refers to end devices are connected to a central intermediate device. In this case, we use router. Marketing SW is connected to router 1. Wireless user is connected to router 1. Router 2 is connected to router 1, and IT SW is connected to router 1. The advantage of star topology is star networks are easily expanded without disruption of network cable failure, affect only a single user, easy to troubleshoot and isolate problem. But the advantages of star topology is require more cable than most of the other topology. Summary. Designing a network calls for meeting the necessary requirements and constraints and putting into consideration other external factors, for instance, cost of setting up the network, scalability, and extensibility. and the future prospect of the particular network design. Nevertheless, the choice of the network design depends on its reliability and the resources are available for its adoption.
Good evening. Now I'm going to present about chapter 3 network layer. So based on the problem based task that we did, the information that related to this network layer, the first one is build network operating system. So in this problem based task, we'll perform router, PC, server and switch configuration. This will secure access to the command line interface and console part using encrypted and plain text password. So besides that, we also configure messages for users logging into the routers and switch. So these banners are used to warn unauthorized users that access is prohibited. So now let's go. So the step 1 is, first we need to verify the default router and switch configuration by enter privilege exact mode. So the first one, privilege exact mode. We can access all router and switch commands from privilege exact mode. So this privilege exact mode commands set includes those commands contained in user exact mode, as well as the configure command through which access to the remaining command modes are gained. So first we need to click on the router or switch and then the CLI tab, command line interface. Then press enter to enter privilege exact mode by entering the enable command, as we usually do, enable command. So the next one, number third, that the prompt change in the configuration to reflect privilege exact mode. So this to examine to current switch configuration by enter the show running config command. Okay, so the next, router 1 and router 2. First configuration of router 1 and router 2. So for these routers, no service time steps, log date time and MSESAC. No service time steps, debug date time, MSAC. No service password encryption. So interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 until gigabit 0/2 only. So for number first is number IP address, and second duplex auto, speed auto and shutdown. And next is for interface serial 0/0/0 until serial 0/0/1. This has no IP address. Clock rate is 200,000, and number 3 is shutdown. And next is interface for VLAN 1, which is no IP address, shutdown. And the last one is line VTY 0 until 4. Okay, well, next is for switch IT SW and marketing SW. And last one is admin SW. For this is we use interface fast Ethernet 0/1 until interface fast Ethernet 0/24. So interface VLAN 1, no IP address, and then shutdown. And then the last one, line VTY 0/4 and line VTY 5 until 15. Sorry. So the second step is basic device configuration for 2 routers and 2 switches. So the device names, host names allow devices to be identified by network administrators over a network or the internet. Very important and should be displayed in the topology. These network administrators over a network or the internet is very important should be displayed on the topology. And the router host names are obviously router 1, router 2, which is R1, R2, and the switch host names are IT-SW, marketing-SW, and admin-SW. So first we need to configure parameter on the device. Will be required to move between variable configuration modes. Well, this is the command switch #configure terminal, and then we need to press enter, switch config #hostname device name, and then the device name config #exit. Okay, next limit access to router and configuration. So first, secure all router and switch access. Okay, we need to secure privilege exact mode and a user exact mode with the password ITN20143. So privilege exact password. So we need we do the command for router 2 R2 config #enable secret ITN20143, which is the password. So use the enable secret command. And the next, user exact password. This will reduces the reduces the chance to unauthorized personnel physically plugging a cable into a device and gaining device access. Then, next we go to the second one, secure virtual terminal line and password ITN 20143. So VTI lines allow access to a Cisco device via telnet, and VTY line password command is r2config #line VTY04 and enter. We need to press enter. We will get r2config line #password ITN 20143, which is we want to config this password secret. Okay, next is the third step, save the running configurations files for all router and switch to NVRAM. So number 1, files stored in NVRAM that contains of the commands that will be used upon start or reboot. Number 2, after have completed the basic configuration of the router or switch, back up the running configuration file to NVRAM to ensure that the change made are not lost if the system is rebooted or loses power. So we need to back up after the configuration or router of switch. We need to back up the files to ensure that they are not lost after the system is rebooted or loses power. And number 3 is the command. Okay, the command is like this: S1 #copy running config startup config and enter. Destination file name, if you press enter, it will come out destination file name bracket startup config question mark and then enter building configuration. So after we click and enter, okay, that's all the command. The next is virtual interface configuration. So configure all the router, switch and server interface according to the table. So the table, we have device interface, IPv4 address, subnet mask and default gateway. So the device for router 1, we have interface G0/0 until S0/0/0. So for R1 G0/0 for IPv4 address is 10.70.10481. So I will show you. This is the table for the virtual interface configuration. Okay. So next, in this problem based task, for the routers to be reachable by switch and user. In this problem based task, for the routers to be reachable by switch and server in the network, the in-band interface must be configured. So R1, first router R1, 3 gigabit internet interfaces G0/0, G0/1 and G0/2 that connected with IT-SW and marketing-SW and wireless user. Okay, one serial 1 interfaces with one interface S0/0/0 that connected with R2, which is router. Then the router is connected to 2 gigabit Ethernet interfaces, which is G0/1 and G0/2 that connected with DHCP, SRV and admin SW, and one serial 1 interface with one interface S0/0/0 that connected with R1 router. Okay, next, first usable IP address to be configured on router interface is last usable IP address will be configured as switch management IP. So the second one, the default gateway, is the network device that can route traffic out to the networks. In this problem based task, the destination host is not on the same local network as the sending host. So using the default gateway will know where to send the packet using its routing table. And the number 3 is use the command no shutdown to make the interface active. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, next. Okay, this is the command. The command to configure a router's interface to provide network connection for router 1. Okay. This is the command: R1 enable password, R1 configure terminal, enter configuration commands 1 per line. This is the command for router 1. Then R1 config interface gigabit 0/0, R1 config if IP address is 10.70.104.81 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.248, and we need to press enter. R1 config hashtag no shutdown. Okay, this is just now I mentioned about the IP address and no shutdown for router 1. And next, R1 config, we need to exit, and we need to config the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 after 0/0 0/1, and same IP address of the 0/1 and the subnet mask, and then enter no shutdown. Then we will press exit and continue same with 0/2, and then continue the same IP address and the subnet marks, no shutdown, and then exit the command. And then we need to do interface serial 0/0/0 and the IP address and the subnet mask, then no shutdown, exit. This is for R1. Okay, next is the command to configure router's interface to provide network connection for R2. So R2 we need to enable password. So enable router 2, configure terminal, and then enter configuration commands 1 per line and with CNTL/cell. Okay, first R2 config interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and then R2 config we need IP address and the subnet mask, and then no shutdown, exit command same, and then the gigabit we need to continue same for the gigabit Ethernet 0/2, the IP address and the subnet mask, then no shutdown, and then exit that command. And last, the interface serial, and it is IP address, subnet mask, and then exit the command. Okay, well, next. And next is for the command to configure a switch interface to provide network connection for ITSW. Okay, first we need to unauthorized access prohibited, user access verification. This is for password. So the switch name, one of the switch name IT-SW, you need to enable, and then configuration terminal, you need to do configure, and then it will need to press enter, then it became ITSW config interface VLAN 1, and then we need to put the IP address and the subnet mask, and then exit, and then continue with the IP default gateway, the IP address of default gateway, and then enter back, and we need to do interface VLAN 1 no shutdown, and then exit the command. So next, the last one I guess. Okay, the command to configure switch interface to provide network connection for marketing SW. So this unauthorized, this also same as SW, and we need to add the admin SW switch lah. So we need to do the same command. Okay, I will insert this picture in my video. Okay, the last one, network setup for wireless users. So the router IP address is 10.70.104.30. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.248. So the DHCP server settings enabled. First, start IP address with 10.70.104.2, and the maximum number of users is 20. And for the wireless security, the network name SSID is wireless stuff, and the SSID broadcast is enabled, and the standard channel is 1 until 2.412 GHz, and number 4 security mode is WPA2, encryption is AES, and the password is ITN20143. So, summary of this chapter. In this chapter, we have looked at the network layer. We have seen how communication is aided through logical addressing. We outline the protocols in the network layer and discuss how networks are divided, as well as how communication between hosts happens. So we have performed router, PC, server, and switch configuration. This will secure access to the common line interface CLI and console support using encrypted and plain text password. We also have done configuration, configure messages for users logging into the router and switch. That's all. Thank you.
Good evening to my lecturers and my beloved friends. My name is Saranya from DDT 2G. Today I'm going to present about PBT based on chapter 4, which is transport and application layer. So let's see the first one. Based on the problem-based task that we did, there are some information which is related to chapter 4. Let's view the subtopic 1, verification for DHCP client. In this problem-based task, we'll perform verification for DHCP client. The DHCP automates the assignment of IPv4 addresses. subnet mask gateway and other parameters. DHCP is usually employed for end user devices, and there's a picture on it you can view. The second one is the connectivity between admin PC CHAN and admin PC1. The connectivity between device admin PC CHAN and admin PC1 are success when we pin the gateway of admin PC1 in the command from admin PC CHAN. In this case, DHCP automatically gives the device their gateway, IP address, subnet mask, and other parameters, and user do not need to manually insert the info again. So the next one is the connectivity between ITPC3 and ITPC1. The connectivity between device ITPC3 and ITPC1 are success when we pin the gateway of device ITPC1 in the command prompt ITPC3. So the next one, the connectivity between marketing PC4 and marketing PC5. The connectivity between marketing PC4 and marketing PC5 are success when we pin the gateway of device marketing PC5 in the command mode of marketing PC4. So the last one, the connectivity between wireless PC20 and wireless PC16. The connectivity between wireless PC20 and wireless PC16 are success when we pin the gateway of the device wireless PC16 in the command prompt in device wireless PC20. So there's the images I've pasted on the slides, so you can view it on it. So that's it for today. Thank you so much.
My name is Rubni Kumaran. Today I want to explain about problem-based task conclusion. Okay, in this problem-based task, we have done two things. First thing is build a network using network design. The objectives are to identify the protocol used in a network and explain how a network serves as the basic of larger network. The second thing is build a network security by configure the switch and router, which device handling further to engage security. Okay. In this PBT, we use VLSM to calculate the IP address for a network. IP address space FB planned and documenting in the IP address table when implementing. All OS within an internetwork and have a unique address. It means all OS have a unique address in this PBT. Okay. Second thing is using common protocol of DHCP server. This DHCP server assign an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and other information to client, so we do not have to enter them manually. We have suggest using this DHCP service from server for admin SV switch and for the wireless user to the end device. The admin SV DHCP service IP address start from 10.17.404.34. Subnet mask will be 255.255.255.224 and maximum user is 17. The wireless user DHCP server IP address start from 10.17.104.2. Subnet mask will be 255 and 255.255.224 and maximum of user is 20. Okay, the last thing we did in this PBT is using the ping command to interpreting ping result in this problem task. Okay, the all PC and end device is these networks are able to ping their own default gateway. The use of the ping command is a very effective method to test our network connectivity to particular host, server and device in our network. Establishing a network baseline in one of the most effective tool for monitoring and troubleshooting network performance. That's all guys. In this PBT, this is the conclusion we get. For more information, you can use this reference. That's all guys. Thank you.